March 1st, 2022, two brothers from the channel Squatch TV were out exploring the Appalachian woods alone at night. And it didn't take long before blood-chilling screams began echoing through the silence.
What'd you guys
Instead of running, the brothers became even more intrigued. Determined to find out where or who those screams were coming from, they decided to head deeper into the darkness to investigate.
Go check who the fuck's screaming in the woods right now. I hope you guys have firearms on you.
Wait, it's hard to tell with the wind, but it almost sounded like something definitely made some kind of noises over there. So we're gonna check it out. Occasionally snowmobilers come through here, but other than that, it's pretty remote. This is an abandoned train bridge.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a little bit. That's a little
Only
bit
a few
sketchy,
seconds later, the screams start again, sharper, closer, and far more unsettling. Almost immediately, trees and branches in the distance begin to sway, as if something is moving through them, either coming out or slipping away from the brothers. But despite every instinct telling them to leave, the two remain determined. Locked into the moment and into their mission, they continue forward, desperate to find out what or who could be making those horrifying sounds.
Yeah, my brother said he heard some weird things, but that's pretty weird. I've never heard a grizzly bear sound like that before. Whew. You got like chills going down your spine?
Yup.
I hope the camera got that. Oh, you take that one path up here.
Yeah.
Or is that right there?
Yeah. Picture the babies.
Oh shit, there you go again. Fucking
Oh,
yelling.
baby. Okay, I don't even want to go. I don't even want to. What the hell is that?
Somebody screaming for sure. Tell you what, buddy.
Dude, this.
In an instant, the entire atmosphere shifts. One of the brothers hesitates, quietly debating whether this is even a good idea anymore. But with a knife in hand and determination pushing them forward, they convince themselves nothing too bad could really happen out here. What they didn't know was that the most terrifying part of the night was still ahead of them. As they climb the earth bank, darkness swallows them whole, yet the sounds don't stop.
Okay, so we've been hearing some really fucking spooky shit. I'm only giving it like maybe 5 more minutes. So we're walking.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of the woods, about half an hour from my house. I only got a knife, but that's not gonna stop.
Fucking imagine they do run into a bear. What the fuck are you guys gonna do then?
Coming from up there, I don't even know if I want to. We'll see what it is, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, this is like something unknown.
Right. Let's be safe how long we're out here, because I think there's a storm coming. It's getting real windy.
Alright. Okay.
Go. That's pretty loud. That's close.
That could be a.
In fact, they get closer. Each step brings the unseen creature nearer, and finally, the fear becomes too much. The brothers decide it's time to head back, with nothing but a single knife to protect themselves from what could very well be a grizzly bear. They know this is a fight they could never win.
Oh, go. It's coming. Oh, crap. Wait, don't, wait. Go. Wait. Holy, I think I saw it. Go.
I think I saw it.
Go.
In an instant, the screams double in volume, erupting from what sounds like right beside them, and that's all it takes. The brothers sprint for their lives, tearing through the dark woods until they finally reach their car, breathless and shaking.
What's
What's truly disturbing is the uncertainty. At the start, the trees Since 2017, a YouTuber named Phil, the creator behind the channel Hike Slam, has always been filming the woods the same way. Slow pans, quiet trails, and the kind of calm storytelling that makes viewers feel like they're walking right beside him. For years, his trips across the Appalachian Trail blended together into a familiar rhythm. Pack light, set up camp, enjoy the silence. But on the night before Thanksgiving in 2021, that routine was interrupted by something he hadn't expected to encounter so close to home. The video he uploaded from that trip didn't open with gear talk or scenery. Instead, Phil sounded unsettled from the start. He explained that the hike had taken a turn he wasn't prepared for, and the footage that followed made it clear why. Early on, as he moved through a quiet stretch of woods, he began coming across plastic containers on the trail. Each one had writing on it, short phrases at first, then full lines that didn't seem to belong out there. Wrappers. It wasn't. Someone had been leaving messages. A little farther in, the handwriting changed tone. The notes mentioned names, dates, and ideas that were hard to follow.
The weirdness continues. What the hell?
They didn't read like journal entries. They read more like someone trying to work through thoughts that spiraled faster than the pen could keep up. Moments later, Phil found something else. A discovery he caught on camera almost by accident.
And there's a dead duck here. And it looks like it was just put here because it's not wet. That duck is fairly recently killed. All right. Kind of creepy.
The moment is brief, but it's enough to show that whatever was happening on that trail wasn't random. Phil continued, hoping the strange messages were isolated to that one spot. But soon he saw smoke rising from a campfire tucked just out of view, with a tarp pitched nearby. It wasn't abandoned. Someone was staying there, and recently. That was enough for Phil to keep moving toward a shelter farther ahead, somewhere with walls, an established site, and perhaps other hikers. On the way, he ran into two women and their dog, heading in the opposite direction. They stopped him, clearly worried, and asked if he had seen a man leaving strange writings and disturbing items along the trail. They didn't want to walk alone, so Phil accompanied them until they reached a safer area. When they turned back, he retraced his own route, now more aware of how quiet the woods had become. He eventually reached a second shelter and decided to stop for the night. The footage slows down here. Phil cooking, tending to the fire, trying to shake off the tension. But inside the shelter's logbook, he found another set of writings.
So it's kind of cool tradition here. So let's see what this one says. All right, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here.
The same handwriting, the same pattern of rambling lines that jump between memories, confessions, and warnings that didn't make much sense on their own. Even the rhythm of the sentences felt familiar. As he kept reading, the entries grew stranger.
In 2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail, what the heck? In solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9.
Some referenced time spent alone. Others hinted at fears or beliefs that suggested the writer didn't feel safe or didn't want others to. And then Phil noticed the final detail, a half-filled Gatorade bottle hanging from a string inside the shelter, with another handwritten message attached.
What the hell is going on?
Watch for yeet.
Phil set up his tent inside the shelter, hoping the night would pass quietly. But sometime later, he heard someone outside. Not an animal, footsteps, slow, measured, circling. When he peeked out, his camera caught a figure moving with a headlamp, passing through the beam of light and disappearing again into the dark. Phil didn't wait to find out more. He packed silently, stepped back onto the trail, and made the long hike to his truck in complete darkness, checking behind him more times than he cared to admit. He made it home safely, but the experience stayed with him. Nearly 3 years later, in October 2024, Phil returned to the same trail to see what remained, whether the writings were still there, whether the shelter still carried the same sense of unease, or whether the person behind those messages had ever left the woods at all. You should check out Phil's channel to find out what he discovered upon his revisit. Whatever the explanation, the trail that night revealed a side of the Appalachian wilderness that rarely makes it into hiking videos. The sense that someone else had been out there long before Phil arrived, and might have been waiting to see who found their messages next. April 4th, 2024, a TikTok creator named Dustin Frazier uploaded a truly horrifying video recorded from a small cabin tucked deep within the Appalachian Mountains. In the footage, Dustin is waiting for his DoorDash order when sudden, unexpected knocks echo through the door. But when he looks outside, there's no one there. But then Dustin steps outside to check the door again as the knocking continues. And once more, no one is standing on the porch. However, someone is there. Lurking just beyond the glow of the porch light, across the narrow road between the trees, stands a figure.
Yo, fuck that.
Okay. Yes, not currently.
A creepy, frail-looking older woman is staring directly at him from the darkness.
Yeah, that is
Panicked,
scary.
Dustin rushes back inside and hides in the bathroom. But the nightmare isn't over.
Like the,
Moments later, the knocking returns. This time louder, harder, almost violent, as if whoever is outside is now trying to force their way in.
Fuck that.
With water almost running out of his eyes and heavily breathing, you can clearly see the fright in Dustin's eyes as he is home alone for the night. The video cuts off abruptly, but the next day, Dustin uploads a follow-up, this time from an airport terminal. Shaken and exhausted, he explains that he left his mom's cabin first thing in the morning. He didn't feel safe staying there another night, so he booked the earliest flight he could and went straight to New York. And as of today, no further update has ever been given. No identity, no explanation, and no sign of the mysterious woman who stood outside Dustin's door. Still, you can't help but wonder, who was she? What did she want from him? And why didn't she leave? The questions linger to this day, unanswered and unsettling. But one thing is certain, living in the Appalachian Mountains is no joke.